Okay, welcome everybody back to the Line Ball Pool channel. My name is Max, and today I am joined by Luke Terry. How are you doing today, Luke?
It's good to catch up, Max. I'm really good. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Really appreciate you stopping by. Obviously, if you're a normal viewer of the Line Ball channel, this is a bit of a different style of video. We like to engage in the wider Q Sport community beyond just Line Ball. We've done it a little bit before where we've interviewed the creator of Rubbish Snooker. We've spoken to the podcast host behind Chalk Talk.
Uh,
And
I love Dave. So definitely go and watch that if you're on the channel. Dave's a quality act. So
absolutely. So we've spoken to him before. It's a really great podcast. And we're reaching out today to learn a bit about an upcoming pool event that Luke is a part of. Luke is a ultimate pool commentator. He's a brilliant pool player. He's tried line ball. He's very open-minded to come across from obviously the sort of more professional world to come and try out our game here. And yeah, Luke, you've got this new upcoming event. So tell me a little bit about what it is, how it's come about, and who's involved.
I like the fact that you put the word tried on line ball. In fact, if that's a bit of a hint, I don't know what it is. Um, yeah. So we've got an event that's coming up on the 2nd to 4th of May in East Grinstead, West Sussex. Obviously, for people coming down from kind of towards your way, Max, in Canterbury for London, it's about an hour commute. What it is it's for basically the guy that got me into the sport, Nigel Bailey. He had a massive influence around East Grinstead for a lot of players in West Sussex. So Al Hellier, kind of my man that's kind of sorting everything out this year. I'm kind of like his apprentice a little bit. Al's gone out of his way every year since 2021 to put on this charity event to raise money for 3 different charities each year. This year, you've got Prostate Cancer UK, Age UK East Grinstead, and the Rainbow Trust that we're saving money for. It's a massive pool charity event. I think it is the biggest in West Sussex at this point. Don't quote me on that. I think it's right. With that, we've got over 96 players that are coming to play this year. Loads of events. I think altogether it works out to be 5. There's one that we haven't announced yet. That one will come out probably about a week or 2 before the event starts, but it will be a nice big Saturday night showcase. So for anybody that is interested in coming along and watching, anybody that maybe wants to get involved, I think we do have a couple of spaces left in certain events. So obviously they can contact us. But yeah, it's just a massive weekend, loads of people involved, a couple of drinks flying here, there and everywhere, a bit of a party mood. It's a bit less sophisticated pool. We're not all in suit and bow tie. A few polo shirts, pair of jeans, nice pair of trainers, and just going out and having a laugh.
Yeah, that's I love that kind of atmosphere in pool and snooker. It kind of reminds me of like a snooker shootout atmosphere where the crowd is almost kind of a part of the event and dealing with it is kind of part of the game. So, I mean, will you be playing in the sort of competition as well, Luke, or are you going to be commentating or just watching?
Yeah, it's got for me, it's got a personal touch because, as I say, Nigel took me under his wing when I was 14 years old, and a lot of what I've done in the sport is due to Nigel. As of yet, nobody from our East Grinstead League has won it. And the reason for that, we do bring down a couple of pros each year. And I can drop those names because they are known. We've got 2016 world champion Craig Marsh from the IPA side, from the Black Ball pool side, that will be down for the event. And then we've got world masters champion Declan Brennan, who's coming down from Ultimate Pool. Declan owed me one, so he has definitely done me a favour here. But yeah, we've got Decky in this year as well. Ian Whitehorn is another player from Sussex who has won it previously, but he's from Eastbourne, so we don't really count it. So yeah, and for me, I've got a semi-final before, I've got a quarter-final before. So yeah, it would be nice to go one further at least and make a final, if not win the thing.
Wow, brilliant. Yeah, it's got, from what I can tell, a really nice blend of a lot of competitiveness, but still that sort of fun atmosphere as well. Because yeah, if it's you've got your own personal goal to get through to the final, especially with all these people that have inspired you, and with the having the eyes of pros on you as well, because it really can put a spotlight on some new up and coming players. So, is there anyone coming along who maybe isn't a pro yet, or you don't think is going to necessarily get the attention, but when they get on the table, people are really going to be looking at them?
Yeah, I know just a man for this answer as well. He's actually been my teammate this year locally. His name is Jake Worth. Jake's been away for about a month or so. He's got family in Thailand that he's gone out to see. But Jake, in the space of 18 months, has gone from being a very like introductory level pool player in the league to actually one of the league's very best. He's got a huge break off on him. I genuinely think it's not far off of a Cousins break. It's that big. And he's just got such a good temperament on him. You know, whether there's the brain cells knocking around, I don't know, but you'll appreciate me saying that. But yeah, no, Jake's a brilliant act. He won the event in January. We did like another memorial event because we opened up a kind of new function room under Nigel's name. Jake went on and won that and beat some very good players in that. So I think he'll go under the radar, and it's quite interesting. I'll be interested to see how he gets on, especially against some of the big boys that are coming for this one.
Brilliant. And obviously for yourself must be a really good mix to play against some of the pros as well. So is there, from that sort of list of pros, is there one you really want to make sure you get in a draw so you get a really hyper competitive game, or just someone you can learn from on the table by playing them?
Do you know what? I think for me, I think my importance is just to go deep in the tournament to start. For me, I've had a bit of time away from the game. I haven't commentated in about 6 months. I kind of wrapped up the Ultimate Tour last year and decided I wanted to give it a bit of a break just to go traveling and just experience different points of life, Max, really, because it can very much get on top of you at times. So I wanted to have that bit of a breaker. This feels like a good opportunity that in a couple of weeks to step back in again and just get back into that competitive atmosphere again. Don't get me wrong. If I got deeper in the tournament, I'd love to play someone like Declan because I've never played him before. But, you know, I had a good experience. I played Marshy last year, lost him in the semi-finals, but took a good few frames off of him. A couple of years before that, obviously, I played Ian as well in a quarter-final and had a good result against him, even though it didn't quite go my way. So, you know, there's definitely players that you want to play, but as long as I'm playing competitively and I'm in the zone and I can get through a couple of rounds, I'm more than happy.
Super. And obviously, there's opportunities for people to come along and watch you play, watch everyone, and even potentially get involved if there's maybe one or two more spaces. So, how can someone get involved if they want to either take up that last space or just come along and watch?
So we are all over Facebook at the moment. So we've got a Facebook group called the Nigel Bailey Pool Weekender. It is currently a private group, but all you would have to do is either message myself or our Helia in terms of interest to that. You can also message the pros as well. You know, the pros, they do look at their inbox. They do pick these things up. So I'm sure they would. If you do just want to come down for, you know, over the weekends, you know, there's going to be no entry fee, anything like that. It's a community event. We want people there just to have a laugh, meet these people and have a bit of a different weekend. You know, it's not every day you have something like that come up on your doorstep or an hour down the road. So we want that to be open to people that they can come in and see what goes on in the pool world, because sometimes it ignites interest from places you don't expect. So I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there'll be some people who probably just are local to the area, never really sort of considered or picked up pool, and this could be a good place to kind of watch as your sort of first entry point, because not everyone can sort of travel for going to see the pros playing on the tour, and it might feel maybe a bit intimidating if you don't know everyone or what's going on. Whereas this is a nice little entryway in for pool, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because I think an issue for pool over the last couple of years, especially for Southern players, is that a lot of the big events, because they need the arenas and they need the big hotels, there aren't many venues down south that offer that. So you end up traveling. I mean, last year, I mean, God knows how much I spent going up to Blackpool. Went up to Blackpool. Nobody should be using 10 days holiday to go up to Blackpool 5 times, by the way. But, you know, you do it for the sake of the sport. And with that, it does take the energy out of you. By the time you get there, you're knackered. So it's nice to have something closer to your doorstep where, you know, not necessarily rolling out of bed at like 10 to 9, but at the same time, you can get up a little bit, just relax a bit, and then it's a small commute over. And it means that we can bridge the gap a little bit more, because I think players in Sussex, I think at times have been a little bit tentative, a little bit worried about going off and playing big players because, you know, it's a lot of money to expend if you don't feel like you're going to get that far. You know, we've introduced handicaps for the pros. So, you know, a lesser player would still have a start, you know, they would still get game time in that. And we want it to be as inclusive as possible, because people don't improve unless they get to play players like this on a fairly consistent basis. So if we can throw in as many tournaments as possible and get everybody involved, then we should be doing that. And that's exactly what we've offered.
That's brilliant. Yeah. And I love that point at the end about kind of making it accessible for newer players, because when you watch obviously professional snooker, the idea is that if you aren't that good at snooker, you will be totally punished, and you can lose every frame if you are having an off day. So that can be intimidating if you're new, but it's also why we love snooker, isn't it? Because of the high skill ceiling. So this is quite a nice flip side of it, to kind of have, especially the handicaps for pros, to sort of give players the chance to learn from them by playing in the games. Because I know that when we played, and I came over to East Grinstead, I learned so much just from watching your shot selection. And yeah, you comfortably beat me at pool every time we played. And unfortunately, we didn't have it on camera, so there's no proof. But
Yeah.
but you did, and the way you played, I learned so much just from watching that. And I imagine a lot of people will get that exact same feeling from your event. So that's brilliant. I'll make sure there's some links in the description as well, maybe a link to the private group so people can at least put a join request in, or some links to Luke Terry's social media so that you can get in touch with him as well. Or just feel free to leave a comment on the video, and then I can connect you with Luke and say, hey, you're interested in coming along, watching, or playing in the tournament as well. As Luke said, it's no entry fee, which is brilliant, great accessibility. And if you're anywhere near the south of England, it should be hopefully pretty accessible. It's not too far away.
Yeah, obviously, Max, we were potentially talking about yourself coming down on one of the days.
Yeah.
I think for viewer, if you're going to come down and watch it at any point, if you've only got a specific time that you can really come down, make sure it's that Saturday night, because I can guarantee something's pretty special is going to happen on that Saturday night. We've got a lot of good things wrapped up, and we're going to announce that the week before for you.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, so this obviously this video is coming out on the 17th, and so this is only going to be a few days away from that big announcement. So make sure that you do leave the comment now, get in the group, see what the big announcement is from Luke that's going to be happening on that first Saturday night of the event. So that's really exciting, because not even I don't even know what that is. So
well, yeah, we've really tried to keep this on the wraps. I think probably about 4 or 5 people know, but yeah, this hasn't quite spread yet, but we're excited for when it does.
Okay, well, brilliant. Thank you for your time today, Luke. It is great to speak again, because I know that obviously on the Lineball channel, we've been seeing a lot of Luke because we have YouTube shorts of the videos we've recorded together constantly going out. So even though we've only recorded a handful of times with Luke, it feels like he's always around on the channel, which is the beauty of scheduling content and YouTube
part
shorts.
Of the furniture for you, Max. That's
absolutely. And so even though we've done only a few days, he really is part of the Lineball family. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, because we have loads of new videos. We've always got tournaments relating to Lineball on our own channel, and we love to do these sort of outreach events where we can. So we'll try to do more of these across the community. As I said, we've spoken to Rubbish Snooker. Those videos are on the channel. Talk Chalk. It is Chalk Talk. No, it's
Chalk Talk. Yeah.
We've spoken to Chalk Talk, that wonderful podcast that I can't say the name of properly. It's a lot of pressure, Chalk Talk.
You're going to have to clip that. You're going to have to clip that and send that to Dave, and he'll do that as an introduction for you.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah, no, I probably should. So it's Chalk Talk with Dave. It's a brilliant podcast, and we've talked about that on the channel. And now we're here, obviously, with Luke Terry talking about the Nigel Bailey big weekend. So make sure you subscribe, follow Luke in the description, in the comments. Let's have a conversation and hopefully see you at the event. Thank you all very much for watching. We have new videos every single Tuesday, and we are at this point on the Lineball channel just wrapping up our season. We've just had the Lineball League on the channel. We are now going to have a few videos showcasing the best shots of the Lineball League. So if you've not seen the series, it's a good way into Lineball to see some of the highlights, as well as a mini award show and a little pre-season series as well. And then on this channel, we're very soon to be announcing our next big major tournament, which is Lineball Level Up. It's starting in the beginning of summer, not too long after Luke's event, actually. So you can go along to Luke's event, and then you've got something to watch here on YouTube straight after you're back.
We need to sort out a shuttle bus to go from one to the other.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish, that's the dream, to do a Lineball in-person event at some point. But you'll be able to watch the Lineball Level Up. It's our next major tournament. So subscribe for that. Subscribe to stay in touch with all these videos. And we will see you in the next video here on the Lineball channel. Thank you all for watching.
Cheers, guys.